an absolutely amazing crowd of performers we have here this evening. Thank you so much for joining us here at Chapel FM Arts Centre for our Connecting Women's event as part of International Women's Day, March 2024. We had a great day of broadcasting and activities yesterday, and tonight is a special sharing event, bringing together lots of wonderful women and people, others, in order to celebrate and to share art and share stories and share poetry. We're live in the Studio Theatre here at Chapel FM. We're going to be broadcasting live on the radio and also live streaming. So hello to everybody at home. Can we have a hello to everyone at home? Hello! Sorry you can't be with us in person in the building. You're missing out. You will be missing out. There's some big treats tonight, literally big treats. So you are missing out. It smells delicious. I'm glad I haven't eaten. I should have eaten because I might be like this later on. So first up, we've got a whole host of people performing this evening, and I'm very proud to...
This evening, one now and one at the end of the evening, and we're going to start with Bread and Roses, which some of you will know well. It's been referred to a few times recently as very relevant, but it started in 1910, apparently, when a woman called Helen Todd, who was a women's suffrage campaigner, made a speech including the expression, give us bread and give us roses. And then subsequently in 1912, a man called James Oppenheim wrote a poem, and then it got picked up particularly by women and children's strikers in Lawrence in Massachusetts, the textile factory strike where the garment makers went on strike for better conditions, more money and better conditions. So it's become very associated with women's suffrage, with conditions at work, having a better life. If any of you saw the film Pride, it was sung, a very poignant rendering of it in the Miners' Community Centre in 1984 during the miners'
Childbirth's no bed of roses, bear down. Window constipation. Childbirth's no bed of roses, bear down. Call me an ambulance, she groans. Childbirth's no bed of roses, bear down.
Razor shades of all your hair.
thought that was quite fitting, following on from you guys of childbirth is no bed and roses. That was the Sisters Unlimited. Thank you, Jenny, for recommending them. There's a few tracks on there that would be very interesting to have a listen to. That was fabulous. Thank you very much for starting off our evening, everybody. Very well done. There's a fair few of you, so thanks for bearing with the logistical movement, but I think it makes it more enjoyable that you're now part of the audience, and when we hear from you later, you can come back on stage. Hopefully you'll remember your seats. We've got another couple of tracks lined up, just in case it takes a while. I'd like to introduce Emmy Gaines to the stage. Come on up, Emmy. Emmy's one of our volunteers here at Chapel. Gaines. I said that correctly, didn't I? Emmy Gaines. Okay, over to you, Emmy. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the warm welcome. I am starting with something I absolutely have not rehearsed, so this is going to go really well. But a friend of mine lent me a poetry book, and it's from 1886, and the poems in it are, well, pretty terrible, actually. But it's a very pretty book, and it comes with some adverts in the front and the back. And as you can imagine, from 1886, they are, let's just go with the word interesting. And I'd like to read one out for you. Just thought you might like to enjoy it. Wonderful medicine, Beecham's pills, are admitted by thousands to be worth above a guinea a box. For bilious and nervous disorders, such as wind, pain in the stomach, sick headache, giddiness, fullness and sway. The first dose will give relief in 20 minutes. This is no soon restore females of all ages to sound and robust health. For a weak stomach, impaired digestion, and all disorders of the liver, they act like magic. Well, they'd have to, wouldn't they? And a few doses will be found to work wonders upon the most important of organs for the human machine. They strengthen the whole muscular system, restore the long-lost complexion, bring back the keen edge of appetite, and arouse into action with the rosebud of health the whole physical energy of the human frame. These are facts admitted by thousands, embracing all classes of society, and one of the best guarantees to the nervous and debilitated is Beecham's pills. And that was just the warm-up. Okay. So, when I looked up International Women's Day for this year, I was told that the theme was to inspire inclusion. So I wrote a piece, which I also haven't practiced, go figure, about a time when I felt included or excluded. So here we go. I used to work in a very male-dominated industry. I repaired computers for a living, and I loved it. Everyone I worked with was male. Everyone I knew in the industry was male. But they didn't make me feel different or unwanted. They stood by and supported me, even when the customers were less than accepting. Some customers called me the receptionist, the cleaner, the girl for the a little less scary. On average, I spent more time with them and was more patient with those customers who needed that bit more support than my male colleagues provided. When somebody who considered themselves God's mistake, it was priceless. I considered it an education.
I think it's only the second time that you've done that. Third. Well, well done. Well done. Well done. See? I was going to say glutton for punishment. She keeps coming back for more. It's great. You'll get to a point where you might oversee and run one of these evenings yourself. Yeah. Maybe it's just you can support and we can do it together. Fabulous. Well, to lead on from that.
Right, chatting.
Okay, right. Well, I'm just going to...
Not just chatting. So I was talking to my mother yesterday because I picked this song yesterday. So forgive me. And she was saying, you know, why don't you pick something by Queen? And I'm like, why? Okay, let's do this. What song am I going to choose? And she's like, just sing We Are the Champions. Sounds great. And I'm like, cheers, mother. So, yeah, let's get on with it. I've paid my dues. Champions, we are the champions. My curtain call. We are the champions, my friend. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. Champions, my friend. And we'll keep on fighting till the end.
Lydia's part of our Next Gen programme, and she's been a foundation person. Now she's a senior, and she actually oversees and helps produce and host the, I'm going to get it wrong, what is it? Blue Owl Open Mic, Young People's Open Mic, so under 25s. They class as the performance loft, so if you know of any young people who would like to perform in any way, share a story, piece of poetry, sing a song, yeah, let us know, because... Thank you very much, Julie Jones and Lydia. The next one is on actually Good Friday, isn't it? Friday, the 29th of March. 6 o'clock? Yes. Yes. So people are welcome. Come and be audience. And you get, do you? Julie Jones is promising things that we've not organised. You better get on that one, Lydia. Free Easter eggs, Tesco's. Next up, I'd like to introduce who I can now class as a dear friend of mine. Mally Harvey, who is a participant at Chapel FM, because she came and did my first Connecting Women's event and read something for the first time. And since then, that's it, you just stuck around, haven't you?
Well, you can't get rid of me now.
No, I'm going, so this is the first of, I'm going to go low. Is that all right?
Much lower.
I'm just going to hand it over to you, Mally. You enjoy it.
Okay, thank you.
Is that all right?
Yep,
It better be, it can't go any lower.
okay. I do think she's rotten making me face that young girl after... Anyway, I'll do the best I can. Katie invited me to write something for tonight. Well, she didn't ask me. I said I wanted to write something for tonight, so she's letting me. I've been a scribbler all my life. I write poetry, but mainly fiction stories, although many of my life experiences do crop up in these stories. I looked through the copious files of my work and sorted out some that I thought might work. But walking the dog this morning, I thought, well, I am a woman, an old woman, but maybe still a woman, so I need to write something more personal and more suited to celebrate International Women's Day, as I have lived through a period of great change for women, and here it is. I was born in January in the horrific winter of 1947, and thereafter my father talked as if I was personally responsible for all that snow. It was like that. I was the second daughter, much to the disappointment of my father, who wanted sons. So I grew up at a time when gender roles were clearly defined, as Dad went out to work, played hockey and football, and Mum did everything in the home, although she did do seasonal work as well, like potato picking when we were at school. I was fortunate in my quirky, forthright Scottish mother, who believed that you tipped your hat to no man, and that's what she brought us up to believe. Of course, it's made some awful mistakes in my life as a result of that, but anyway. It wasn't surprising, however, that she walked out on my father. The only surprise was that it took her so long. Family life was at the time, and we were expected to help in the house, washing up, which I reluctantly did. I'm still reluctant to wash up. My father made demands on us girls too, wanting us to fetch and carry for him. And despite Mum's intervention and the rows that it caused, as I got older, I became resentful of this. I felt he could fetch the paper himself or shut the door. It came to a head when we were living in Singapore when I was 13, and he ordered me to sew buttons on the fly of his dress whites. I resisted, but after some threats, eventually conceded. So I sewed on a green button, a pink button, and a blue-yellow button, which he didn't discover until he got dressed that night for a posh do at the sergeant's mess. As you can imagine, all hell broke loose, which seemed very unfair, as after all, I'd done what he asked me to do. I've always had a strong sense of fairness, got me into many scraps as I was growing up. One instance occurred in 1965. I went to a meeting at City Hall in Hull to hear the speech by the then MP. I can't remember his name, but he was supporting Ian Smith's white dictatorship in South Africa. I stood on my seat and tried to challenge what he was saying. He ordered me from the hall on the grounds that as a mere girl, I couldn't understand intricacies of politics, and I wasn't old enough to vote, which of course I wasn't then, in the bus shelter. But we didn't have sex until I was 21 and engaged to be married. I went to the GP and told him I needed to go on the pill as I was about to be married, although that was still a year away. But sex before marriage then was frowned upon, so a lie was best. After all, getting pregnant was a worse sin, and the girls then were called sluts, while the boys were hailed as studs. Do you remember the first time you had sex? Boy, was it a letdown. We were lying on the living room floor of Mum's terrace house. I could hear my mother upstairs snoring. I looked over his shoulder thinking, is that it? What was all the fuss about? All that thrusting and grunting? I'd had more excitement rock and rolling at the Regal in Beverley. When we married, we both worked, but I was the housewife and I never questioned it. I'd been conditioned into thinking that was my role, and so it was as the children appeared. I had 2 daughters and a third on the way, and it looked as if I would have to have a caesarean section. So as we decided that the family was complete and I would be sterilised at the same time. This was 1977, a time of enlightenment, you'd think. I'd had to have written permission from my then husband to be sterilised. However, if he'd had chosen a vasectomy, he did not need my permission. I was outraged. I rang the consultant and told him what I thought, but that was the law, he said. The Sex Discrimination Act of 1975 was meaningless. As my family grew, I was offered some part-time teaching at a local college of her fee. I wanted to do it, so I discussed it with my husband. He said it would be okay for me to do it, provided everything at home was kept the same. Can you believe I accepted that? But I was waking up at last. No wonder we eventually got divorced. Even when the children became independent and fly the nest, along comes the damn menopause, hot flushes, broken nights, physical aches and pains, flooding, brain fog, and occasional wild desire to strangle somebody. I remember one argument with my then boss when I could visualise tearing his throat out with my teeth. In fact, now I wish I had. I could go on, but Katie only gave me 5 minutes, and I think I've exceeded that. It's just a small part of a much bigger story in what has happened for women over the years, and it has made me the stroppy woman that I am. I met Phil, my present husband. I call him my present husband. He was hugely encouraging and gave me the confidence to do my certificate of education, to re-enter the nursing profession, and then do a degree. He has 3 daughters too, and has an enormous respect for women. I think that's why we're still together. The sex was good too. Well, after a bit of training, that is. So here we are on International Women's Day. I still feel we haven't progressed far enough, and the balance between men and women is still unequal. While I applaud anything that bridges the gap between the sexes, I feel that the so-called emancipation of women means that now women have 2 jobs, careers and family and home. And no matter how involved a partner is, life still depends on the woman. I don't have a full state pension because I took out time out to rear my children. I glory in the difference between men and women, but despise the inequality. So remember, tip your hat to no man. Thank you for listening.
What can I say? Brilliant. Well done. I'm glad I gave you an extra 5 minutes. Thank you very much, Mally. It's always wonderful to listen to your words, especially words of wisdom. And humour, I think that's something that really comes across in your writing, and that's wonderful to see. And you came up here and did that with effortless effort. It was just, yeah, I know, but you know, what's hiding behind. Very well done. I'd like to introduce up onto the stage now a wonderful woman who has done lots of work here at Chapel FM, lots of sort of anarchistic music, spoken word poetry. She's very much, I've made my notes, very much sort of responds to gender inequalities throughout the work that she does. And I'd like to introduce D3 to the stage.
Thank you. Well, I'm a bit of a lastminute.com because I just got a message off Kate today, having viewed a video that I released 2 days ago, which it's a video, the music video for a song that was talking about gender inequality. And in the making of this video, I have rounded up a load of beautiful ladies to come and help me in the making of the video, because as much as I have a lot of things to say, I wanted to depict in the video that what I'm saying could really just come from any female's mouth, because it's all of our stories, basically. And so we're going to be playing that video now, I believe. My name is D3. You can find me on YouTube, D3 UK, and I'll let the video get played then, yeah? Thank you. Say what I want to say, do what I want to do, go where I want to go, see who I want to see, play when I want to play, prove what I want to prove, show what I want to show, be who I want to be. Wanna keep control, better scratch that. Cause the life you stole, I'ma take back. Might look like a pole, but I live back. Now I'ma feel the heat, fire is possessed, so you're in for a treat. Say what I wanna say, do what I wanna do, go where I wanna go, see who I wanna see, play when I wanna play, prove what I wanna prove, show what I wanna show, be who I wanna be. Think you better than me, you have no clue. I prove I'll do anything that you do. I demand and equalize a debut. Time to recognize that I'm not a taboo. If you don't follow, then I bleed you a Jew. Promises are hollow and I'm more than a few. Deadbeat dads with a case of the man flu, driving me mad like the M62 now. It's time to burn the gender gap. Align our pace of the attack. Vagina's not a handicap, giving birth to the world on our back. So admit it's a piece that you take can. It's turning out to be a ball late start. Showing me some love like I'm Drake. Stop throwing out excuses while I wait. Say what I wanna say, do what I wanna do, go where I wanna go, see who I wanna see, play when I wanna play, prove what I wanna prove, show what I wanna show, be who I wanna be. Why'd you hold me down?
Very well done. Brilliant. And it was very last minute because it was only released 2 days ago. I mean, I jumped on it as soon as I possibly could. It was brought to my attention by a wonderful woman called Lily, who lives on Seacroft Green. She's part of Seacroft Residents Association. She was the warrior that you saw up there. So that was for Lily, and thanks for bringing it to our attention. So, and well done, D3. That was great. I'm just thinking I need to raise the mic. I'm going to introduce Claire Irving to the stage, and I'm just going to hand over to Claire. Do you need any more introduction? No, you don't.
Except just raise the mic. Hello, everybody. My name is Claire. Nice to meet you all. Elliot, can I take this off? Oh, can I have that instead? Because that's fantastic. I walk around. Honestly, I can't keep still. What a nice night, eh? What a really nice night. What fantastic women. That was fabulous, and that was fabulous. And I don't know where she's gone, but that was fabulous. We are the champions. Yeah, Lydia, that was really cool. So I'm just going to talk a bit of rubbish, really. What I'm talking about is, I suppose, our relationship with food. As women, our relationship with food. I think we have a difficult relationship with food as women. What do you think?
I think we have a very difficult relationship with food.
And why do you think that is?
Because I have a difficult relationship with food.
I think you're not alone. Do you have a difficult relationship with food?
Not really, but I am not very fond of cooking. Nevertheless, I need food.
Ah, right. So that brings up the whole subject, doesn't it? Do we eat to live or live to eat? I think. Do many people live to eat, or do most people eat to live? I live to eat, personally. I absolutely love food. Anyway, so what I've done is I like cooking for people. I really, really enjoy it. I think there is something very beautiful about cooking for people. I think people deserve to be treated with love and kindness and respect that you get through food. Thank you, Julie. Julie... Well, no. Now, what I've done is I've just bought a couple of little snacky bits. So the first thing I'm going to do is, now these, I live in Hare Hills, the People's Republic of Hare Hills. It has a terrible reputation, but I love it. Would you like some? These are these, does anybody know what these are called? I can't remember. I love deep fried food. I think it's a comfort food, but I think we've been told that deep fried is bad for you, makes you fat, does this, does that, does the other, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Do you know what? Sod it, it's food, and it's nice food. It's good food. It's food that we enjoy. There is a lot of things about food that actually we dismiss. I'd just like to ask you, Mally, because I think you're quite a feisty lady. If you had any option of eating any kind of food whatsoever, what would you eat?
Bread.
And what kind of bread?
Any sort of bread. I make bread. And I love making bread. It's a sensuous experience.
Bloody is, isn't it? Yeah. That's the other thing about food. Food is equated with, I think, should be equated with sex, with sense, with a feeling of love. It shouldn't be distinguished into packaging with plastic. Although I am quite keen on that orange cheese. You know, that one that comes in a wrapper where you've got to peel it out and it tastes of nothing, but it wobbles like that. And I really like that. As an artist, I enjoy that look. Anyway, are we all passing these things around? Now, these things are called pani puri. Does anybody know pani puri? I know you're not a woman, but I can probably talk to you. Because you're shaking your head. Do you know pani puri?
No, I've come across it. Never come across it.
Have you?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Do you like it?
I love it.
Would you like one?
I would, yes.
Right, I'm going to put them around. So this is the other thing that I realised that I did as I was chatting downstairs, is I put all the puri in one bowl and then put the little bits of... So there's a beautiful art to this, which I also love, because I think food is about art. As an artist, I always bring food into every single thing that I do. it's really important because it's about sharing that love, sharing that attention, sharing that belief, sharing that, you know, a part of your soul with somebody. So what I love about this is you've got to do a little thing. Now then, has anybody, you've had one before, haven't you? So I'm going to bring you the bowl. Here you go. And you're going to have to pass it along. And I'm going to bring you one of these. And what you do is you give the tiniest little tap, which I love, the tiniest little tap with a teaspoon on the top of the puri, and then you add some of the bits and bobs that are in there. It's vegan, funnily enough, although I've noticed that veganism's kind of gone off the roll a bit, hasn't it? I'll just put some of this out here as well. But it's just in case anybody is vegan, it doesn't have any stuff in it, and it's made with semolina flour, the puri, which is quite nice. So you give it a little tiny tap, and you add some of that stuff there. Now, I don't know what this is called, other than I saw it in a restaurant and remade it. It's kind of like a little sauce kind of thing. But what I love about food where you have to do something is that there's a lovely sense of sharing. There's a lovely sense of joining in. And I do realise that I didn't actually think about people at the back. Sorry about that. But please be patient. The beauty of food is also, it is quite like sex. You might have to wait a little bit for it, but when it's there and it's on and it's good, it's worth it. Trust me. Oh, look, there's that tiny little tap. I like to do it with the back of the spoon, but you can do it with something else if you like. How are you getting on? What do you think? So, as somebody who has had a puri before...
Wonderful.
Oh, hello. Do you want to come home with me? Yes, please, is what you say. Right, have you had... You don't eat them. Anybody else had one yet? Have you had one?
Yeah, I've just eaten it.
What did you think?
Not sure.
Oh, jury's out.
I might not repeat it.
I do have another thing, actually, but has anybody else had one? Where are we with everything? Oh, look, you're just doing it here. So, have you had one of these before?
No.
A little tiny tap. So, I'm just going. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to watch you eat it. Oh, go on. In your mouth, in your mouth. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. You see? How cool is that? Yeah?
That's very nice.
Have you had one? No. They're still all going round. What? Oh, girls. Hey, Peggy. How are you doing? Are you Peggy's friend? Oh, nice. What's your name?
My name's Elizabeth, but please would you call me Lizzie?
Hi, Lizzie. So, have you had a puri? What do you think?
Really good.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Peggy?
I like it.
Oh, they're my best friends. Wonderful. Very good. So that's the other thing about food that we don't really do in life. We take risks with food. We go, oh, I've not had that before. I might have a go. Where with everything else, we go, oh, no, I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I haven't taken the number 51 before. I think I'll just stick to the 42. But with food, we kind of put ourselves out there, and I think we should. And one of the things that we do as women with food is not only do we show our love, but we also show our feistiness. And we show our feistiness, thank you, Julie, we show our feistiness by kind of going, I don't care what you want for tea. It's either this or nothing. And I like that as well. What do you do, Julie?
What, for tea?
Yeah.
I don't actually cook for tea. So what I tend to do is I tend to find places like churches and things that help out, and I get my tea free quite a few times a week. And then, other than that, I wait for my husband to cook something, and then I have that.
Oh, you've got it right. Well done, you. Woo! Anybody else want to say? Would you like to say anything about food at all? Do you have any ideas or anything about? Do you enjoy cooking?
Bread. Absolutely love bread.
Do you?
Freshly baked bread.
Do you cook your own bread?
No, I have a wonderful husband who used to be a baker boy.
Really? Oh, wow. So what is your favourite bread then?
Oh, white bread, actually.
Obviously.
Yeah, white bread.
I'm a white
yeah,
bread
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
The unhealthy one.
Well, I'm not sure. Is it unhealthy, white bread? I mean, this is the other lie that we've been told, isn't it? It's that white bread is bad for you, potatoes are bad for you, butter's bad for you. I grew up in the 70s, and it was all about margarine. Margarine, which is a whole load of rubbish bunged together, which is fake made, as opposed to a bit of milk that's been banged around a bit to make into a block. Which I kind of feel I don't know. I sort of think that there's a lot of marketing men that decide the best way to make money out of women is to tell them what they shouldn't be. So you shouldn't be this size, you shouldn't be that size, you shouldn't be that colour, you shouldn't be... We have absolutely every right to be the people we want to be. And we have every right to turn around to people who think we're wrong and go, no, I'm sorry, but no. I don't think that's right. One of the things I've noticed at the moment with my eldest son is 20 and he has a girlfriend called Amy who's delightful, but she wears these eyelashes. You know, those eyelashes that kind of like, she's got a tiny face and really big eyelashes because she feels she'd be ugly without it. And I find that really difficult. And that is all to do with how things are marketed. That is all to do with how images are made. She barely eats anything because she's a size 6 and wants to stay a size 6. I mean, you can't see her when she turns sideways, which is not... But she worries about every single thing she puts in her mouth, about every single thing. And we are in 2024. I nearly said 21-24 then, and I thought, no, I don't think that's right. And turns out it wasn't. Anyway, so, you know, I think there's that sort of feeling as well, isn't it? That actually we have to... What I do is I do it through food. I kind of show my love through food, and when you sit down and you create something with somebody, what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to have a conversation that you couldn't have if you didn't do that. And as an artist, I also do it through making. So when you get people around doing printing, or when you get people around doing something else, you can have a different kind of conversation. I suppose the final thing is that I want to say, because I don't even know what time it is, Katie. Shall I just keep going? Because, sorry, what I did bring is, would you like to have some halva? But I think the other thing is that, you know, we should allow ourselves to just try things. We should allow ourselves to just eat what we want to eat. We should allow ourselves to say, oh, I'll have a go, but I don't think I'll do it again. I think that's important. It's important to be able to say, as women, we can give it a go, and if we don't like it, we're not going to do it again. It's really, really important. Anyway, so all of this is here. Please do help yourselves. I'm going on a hot date now. So, yeah, so I can't stick around, which is also why I didn't have any of that lovely-looking food downstairs, because I thought, oh, I'll need a nap. I'll need a disco nap, and that won't do on my hot date, will it? Anyway, so thank you very much. Thank you all for being here, and I'm off. Thank you.
Mr. Spafford, can you come and help me? Peter, less of the kissing. Can you come and help me move this table?
Remember when our hearts would beat as one? We used to have a love that felt so strong. Remember lying in the summer sun. Just take me back where we belong. I'm longing for your touch that felt so right. I know that we can go for real this time. Just tell me that you are the only one, and take me back where we belong. I need you by my side. You make me come alive. Don't give up, I'm holding on. Don't leave me here this way. I just need you to stay. So take me back where we
That that was like your midpoint break where you didn't leave your seats to go and have a nibble or anything. You just had to sit in the seats and listen to Claire. That was fabulous. She always brings a bit of humour and joy to people and very meaningful chat as well. Now, somebody who took part in the chat and I think who's been dying to get up here and is like, can't I would like to just introduce Julie Jones to everybody.
Hi, everybody. So I was just thinking about what Claire said about swearing, and I was going to tell you, apparently, well, I was supposed to give it up for Lent, but I got 3 days in and got in the car, and that's not happening anymore, so there you go. Oh, and a big shout out to this lady here, because, yes, definitely, because I've been doing writing now for about 5 or 6 years, and when I first started and read out to people, it was like, boom, finished, because I was so nervous I couldn't do it, and they say, oh, I don't actually know what you just said there, so well done for you for the third one. So anyway, just a bit of a backstory. I've done 3 things in total. The first one, I'm really going to try and get through without getting upset, because it's about my mum. And my mum's in a nursing home with dementia. But with it being Mother's Day tomorrow, I thought this would be a nice poem to read about her. But actually, I went to visit her today, and we had quite a nice visit. She drank about six cups and get moving. It's the only way. Sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes it's really tough. I don't always feel myself. I don't always feel enough. I love you and I miss you. I wish that there could be just one more day like it was before, a day for you and me. Everything that I've become, all that I've achieved, has all been because of your love for how you believed. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you hear. I just know that it gets worse, day by day and year by year. Yet there will never be a love like from a mother, a pure and organic love, a love that's like no other. So thank you, Mum, for all you've done right from the very start. I know if I ever need you, you're right there in my heart. I managed to do that without crying. That's a yes. Okay. Thank you for that. And yeah, that was quite an emotional when I wrote that. So, and then this one. So I've done one for my mum, and this is for my dad. So with my dad was 86 in February, and last year he had prostate cancer. And I'm doing a real downer on tonight, sorry. You've had all your fun now, it's going, pfft. No. So yeah, last year I had prostate cancer, but it's all better now, which is great. But it was very worrying because I was like, well, I don't really have my mum anymore. I did not want to have my dad. And anyway, this is called Tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day. With it will be challenges and obstacles to overcome. I asked my dad once, when does it all end? He replied, I'll let you know. Considering he's 86 in a few days' time, that's a bit disheartening. Still, he's here and still managing each day. Just think of all the battles he's fought and won in those 86 years, not least overcoming prostate cancer last year. Each day, I know, will bring colour and shade, light and dark, sunshine and rain. Yet as long as I'm still here, I have a chance. A chance to live, a chance to love, a chance to just be the best version of myself. Weather the storms until the sun comes out. Tomorrow is another day. Thank you. And then this very last one, Katie's coming down. Don't worry, I'm nearly done. It's called She, and this was written for, I don't even know how you say this. Is it Women's International Community Forum? Have I got that right? Oh, because that was quite a mouthful, that was. Right, so it's called She. She is me. She is you. She is everyone and anyone. She has been here forever, and yet again, no time at all. Every time she's been knocked down, she's got back up again, because that's all she knows. She knows that every day will bring sunshine and rain, darkness and light, sorrow and joy. For after every rainstorm, there is a rainbow. She keeps going through the rain until the clouds part and she can soar again. Soar like the phoenix arising from the ashes of the fire, golden and magnificent and strong. She does this because she is you and she is me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Okay. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Chapel FM. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Well, this is a story, and it's a kind of a mixed narrative. It has dialogue and monologue and a bit of narration. It is inspired by life, and I think as all pieces are, so here it goes. Full moon. I'll be doing the dialogue for both the voices. Full moon. Mum, can I take up dance as a major in my undergrad degree? Dance? A major in BA? Minnie, you cross the limits and test my patience. Wherefore has this idea of dance come from? Idea? Don't know where ideas come from. Things and places, I guess. Fluffy gives me ideas. Fluffy inspires you to study dance? Gosh, whoever heard of that? A career consultant of a pet? Bravo! It can only happen in this household. I don't know about a career, Mum. Haven't thought about it. Each morning, as I dance in my bedroom, Fluffy goes round and round, wagging her tail. She likes it. Her tail swings in rhythm with my dance moves. Fluffy is my touchstone. I don't mean she's a stone. You know what I mean. Anything that Fluffy likes works well for me. I don't know what you're talking about, Minnie. I do know, however, that you've mastered the art of giving me headaches. Headaches? Why should I do that? No, I don't mean to cause any trouble. All I want is dance. And why not dance for my degree? Why, Minnie, have you spared a thought for your father? A successful structural engineer. How well he has done in life. And your brothers, so well qualified, both of them, a software engineer and a certified public accountant. How proud they've made your dad and me. Look at the hefty pay packages. They'll be packaged by their salaries, packaged and laminated. Don't be daft, Minnie. Just think about it, what their salaries will be a few years down the lane. All that you'll be doing is dance. What a come down. That's no come down, Mum. Everybody can't be writing programs for computers, 01011010, or adding and multiplying digits. But why dance? Why not something better? I love dancing. I love the way dance makes my body flow in rhythm. It frees my whole being. I love it when my mind is beautiful. Some people refuse to learn. You're one of them. 3 years later, Minnie's mother, Mrs. Mann, sits in the family lounge sipping tea. She worries for Minnie constantly. How to make her daughter lead-in-law had it. My husband has it. He has to take prescriptions off and on, but he's been lucky. The malady and the medication never hindered his education. With epilepsy, the dreadful thing, right in her infancy. High temperature, seizures, pediatrics wing of the hospital, umpteen rounds of medicines, a long meandering struggle for Minnie and me. She's done surprisingly well in her degree, though. We'll be completing it next year. But dance and pottery making will not take her far, will not take her anywhere. Even if she got a job, she wouldn't stick for long. After more than 2 decades of neurological treatment, she's not quite there mentally. It's not as if she's mentally challenged. No, that's not the case. But something somewhere has gone missing. Can't put my finger to it. She's still innocent, still childlike, unworldly at 22, still vulnerable. Anyway, come what may, I must keep this under wraps. Look for a suitable young man for her, marry her off, and hope for the best. A year later, marry who? What for, Mum? A nice young man, based in the United Kingdom, of Indian origin. He runs his own business, a small one, but doing well, lives in London, owns a flat. What'll I do in London? A big alien city. There's not a soul I know. No, that's not for me. Why? There'll be so much to explore, learn, and grow. No, I don't want to explore. I want to be here with you and Dad. You don't realize, Minnie, you're not thinking about your future. We won't be around forever. You'll be safer in the UK. I can't be safe with strangers in a strange city. I need you, Mum and Dad. Oh, Minnie, you do dramatize things, don't you? It's for your good and nothing else. You're mistaken, Mum. My good is here. I can be a dance instructor, give dance tuitions, conduct pottery workshops. Trust me, I can. You don't understand the world, Minnie, and you don't understand yourself. Please, Mum, help me have faith in myself. Minnie was married off to the UK-based British Indian bridegroom. Within 2 months, she was sent back to India. Her husband's verdict, she doesn't know what it means to be a wife. She resists every inch of the way. Minnie got married again for love, her mum claimed. Perhaps it was love carefully arranged. The marriage ended with a baby boy, bruises on her back, and a fractured wrist. She lost her boy in the custody battle. It's been 3 years since then. Minnie still lives in the battered wives' shelter. She has begun to smile now. She loves sunsets and sunrises. She loves spring. She loves peppermint tea in her Michaelmas daisies mug. She tends to the garden, but she comes into her own when she ties ghungroo, twin braids of small metallic bells above her ankles, and dances her way into joy, into hope. Wherever she steps, 100 bells tinkle. As she pirouettes, more bells pearl and jingle. Clink, clink, chime, chime, twirls in rhythm and rhyme. It's taken years and decades, but Minnie has finally begun to believe that she is the full moon, complete in herself. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing, Jaspreet. I don't really have words to follow on from that, but very heartfelt, and thank you for sharing. Yeah. So we have to change it up again, because it's a magazine-style show. It's going to take us up and it's going to take us down, and hopefully now we're going to go back up a bit. We have Jenny Goodman joining us on stage, choir master for Leeds People's Choir.
Actually, can I use those wandering around mics? Oh, okay, that's fine. All right, okay. Choir mistress, I believe. Sorry, Katie. So I'm going to, this started off as a poem. It didn't start as a song. And it's a poem by the fantastic and fabulous Maya Angelou, who was a great inspiration to me when I was younger, and I think continues to be a great inspiration even though she's now passed on. So I love the words of this poem, which I then set to music, and I dedicate it to every woman here tonight. Although the poem talks about I think the thing about this poem is that this is what I would like to feel like every day of my life. I don't always, but it's a good sentiment to hold inside. But when I try to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. It's in the reach of my arms and the span of my hips, the stride in my step and the curl of my lips. I'm phenomenal woman, that's me. It's in the reach of my arms and the span of my hips, the stride of my step and the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please. And to a man, the fellas stand or fall down to their knees. And then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. It's in the fire of my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy of my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. It's in the fire of my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy of my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. And when I try to tell them, they say they still can't see. It's in the arch of my back and the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts and the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. But when you see me coming, it ought to make you proud. It's in the click of my heels and the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand and the need for my care. I'm a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman, that's me. It's in the click of my heels and the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, and the need for my care. I'm a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman, that's me. Yes, I'm a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman, that's me.
Thank you, choir mistress. I'm really sorry I got that wrong. I don't even have those words in my head. That was fabulous, Jenny. Thank you very much. We're going to set the stage now for Agnes. I'm going to get this right. Leonovich. Yes. Agnes has joined us as our community radio facilitator. Only just, you can come on in. How long?
4 months.
4 months, so she's new to the chapel, but we discovered that she sings. So I'm like, right, well, you're not getting out of this one. So she's going to sing us a song. Let's just set up the stage.
First, I'm gonna dress up, cook your favorite food, kiss you on the cheek, yeah, I'm gonna talk so smooth, make you feel like guilt about the things that you do. Paradise, but you make my heart turn cold inside. So cruel, what you did, what you did. You're a dead man, walking tonight. I'm gonna trust again. You were my everything. If you've done it once, you do it twice, but don't pretend. Save your apologies, they don't mean shit to me. You're a dead man walking home tonight. I've been sleeping in your bed of lies. So cruel, what you did, what you did. You're a dead man. We could have been in paradise, but you make my heart turn cold inside. So cruel, what you did, what you did. You're a dead man, walking tonight.
Quite expecting it, I think. So I think it's been a really lovely evening so far. Are we all having a good time? Yeah, thank you. I think so, right? Brilliant. I'm having so much fun. I've been laughing so much, and I can't wait to kind of send my mum the link to this. She's not listening right now, but she definitely will be tomorrow, I think. So I'm going to be doing 2 songs for you guys today. The first one is called Strawberry Seeds. I wrote this a couple of years ago. And in any song I write, and in kind of any writing I do, I find it really hard not to write about being a child. I love that topic. I just can't get enough of it. And I think there's something so addictive about those sensations of being a young girl that you can't recreate as an adult. So this first song is called Strawberry Seeds. A garden enclosed, safe for the world, a meadow for a strawberry girl. The soles of her feet leave footprints behind, but quickly faded by the warmth of the sky. She dances through grass like an August breeze, a tender innocence filling her lungs as she breathes. To her, the sun is hung string, but still high in the sky, warming her skin. Strawberry seeds, sticky nectarine juice dripping from her chin. A girl only 5, not yet thinking of sin. A bowl of cherry stalks left out in the sun. Sweet red stains left on her tongue. Freckles cover her face like strawberry seeds, rosy and red. If you bite her, she'll bleed. Her knees are pink and scuffed from trips and tumbles in falls, though she runs just as fast when her name is called. Strawberry seeds, strawberry seeds, strawberry seeds. A garden enclosed, safe for the world, a meadow just for a strawberry girl. Thank you, everyone. So this next song is called Amber, or Dance of Amber. I haven't quite decided on the title yet. And I wrote this song not that long ago, actually. It was a completely different song originally, and then I rewrote the lyrics. And it kind of came about from a conversation that I had with my brother, where we were chatting, we were walking in Headingley, and he said, "When do you think you've looked the best? When do you think you felt the prettiest, the best?" And I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe prom, maybe when I graduated. And I was like, no, I don't think. I mean, I've dressed up really nice for some like dinners. I was thinking, no, not really. And it brought me back to this time, actually, when I was visiting my boyfriend's family in Tennessee. And I had this really amazing luxury of staying on his Grandpa George's ranch. And yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, it brought me back to this time where actually I was kind of alone in the fields and there were just horses around and nothing else, just mountains and different things. And there was no one there, and I think my hair was really greasy, and I think I had a spot right here, and I was really bloated because I'd eaten so much fast food the whole time I was there. And my feet were so dirty. They were so dirty because I was in sandals and walking through all this grass. But I felt so lovely and beautiful, and I felt myself, and there was no one else there. It was just me and my dirty feet and my kind of bloated stomach and my spot on my face and my greasy hair. So yeah, this is kind of written about that sort of feeling and just feeling really beautiful in yourself, I think. I haven't seen these before. A hum of insects I haven't heard. I'll leave my shoes at the door. Under sugared water for hummingbirds. Oh, to them a nectar, not golden but still sweet. A migration of miles so far, an ultraviolet they see. Open your palms out to the sun. Let its warmth linger on like honey on your tongue. Oh, how they dance above my head. The fireflies on August nights flickering in amber light. I haven't seen these before. A hum of insects I haven't heard. I leave my shoes at the door under sugared water for hummingbirds. Oh, to them a nectar, not golden but still sweet. A migration a mile so far, an ultraviolet they see. Open your palms out to the sun. Let its warmth linger on, its honey on your tongue. Oh, how they dance above my head. The fireflies on August nights flickering in amber light. Or is it just a matchstick burning my fingertips? They're hurting. Is it just a matchstick burning my fingertips? Oh, is it just a matchstick burning my fingertips? They're hurting. Is it just a matchstick burning my fingertips? Open your palms up to the sun. Let its warmth linger on, its honey on your tongue. Oh, how they dance above my head. The fireflies on August nights flickering in amber light. Thank you, everyone.
She died for you. Always so proud of what she did. Nana was a suffragette, almost the last alive. Nana was a suffragette. At over 95, she sang, "Votes for women, it's just the beginning. You ain't seen anything yet." Oh, 'cause Nana was a suffragette. When I was young, I carried this old photo of my nan, tackling a worker from a Clarion van. You never think it of her, she was always frail and ill. But on that day she emptied all the women from the mill. Nana was a suffragette, only 5 feet tall. Nana was a suffragette, and she took on City Hall singing, "Votes for women, it's just the beginning. You ain't seen anything yet." Oh, Nana was a suffragette. The proudest day in Nana's life was when the vote was won. The paper said it's over, but Nana just begun. Her women's committee went on to better things, to tackle the union and their wedding rings. Nana was a suffragette, never thought to fail. Nana was a suffragette, even spent the night in jail singing, "Votes for women, it's just..."
feel like I've been on a bit of an emotional roller coaster. I'm going to need to lie down after this. Just to say, there's going to be, for everybody in the room, there's going to be coffee and cake and chat afterwards if anyone wants to stick around for it, so please do. But before we hear our final performers, our Leeds People's Choir, who've got a very special song to sing for us, we're going to find out about it in a minute. But before we do, I'm just going to invite Maggie and Irene onto the stage, two participants of Leeds People's Choir. Round of applause. I'm going to give that one to you, Maggie, just to start with. So I just thought now's a nice opportunity to find out a little bit about you guys and how long you've been going. So Maggie, tell us a little bit about Leeds People's Choir.
Yeah, gladly, but haven't we heard some to be inclusive to people all over the world and also to include people from all over the world here. And that's really something that we believe very strongly in.
I believe it was the first choir set up in Leeds.
Yes,
right?
it was that sort of community choir, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
There were obviously big choirs, but it was the first community choir.
Yeah, and has that sort of activist angle to it.
Yeah, so but we've got people in the choir who know a bit about music, and we've people in the choir who never sang a song with a choir before, or indeed anywhere, who came along, and our Jenny gets them going 4-part harmonies before they even know. So it's very inclusive in that way. All disabilities, all abilities, so we do include men. They're very welcome. Really, I think it's a joyful thing to be in.
How long have you been taking part in the choir?
Myself?
Yes.
About 10 years. 10 years now, but there are people who've been in it a lot longer.
Well, you must enjoy it because you've kept coming back. And
I love it. It's the sense of being with other people and singing with other people. For me, singing with other people is nothing like it.
And we've got Irene with us, one of the members as well. You can use my mic, Irene, don't worry. How long have you been part of the choir?
Oh, God, a good few years, I don't know. I'm not too sure, actually. A good few years, about 6, 7, maybe 8.
And what is it most that you enjoy about it? What connects you with the group?
I just absolutely love singing. I never actually realised I could sing. It was only by a fluke I arrived there. A former MD, Lorraine, I saw an email and I arrived and started singing. I've been there ever since, and I absolutely love it. They're a great bunch. You know, they're so brilliant. I just absolutely love singing with them. There are no divas, no moaners. We just all really, really get on, and we love we love singing. I love everything, and as I say, we are Leeds People's Choir, which the peoples mean all peoples to sing. So I love singing songs of joy, and like Maggie said, freedom, and just absolutely love it. And before we go any further, we are actually singing in Leeds Market on Saturday the 16th. So we would love for everybody to come along and hear us. So if you like what you've heard tonight, please do come along, because we do need new members. It's something that, you won't lose, you will gain something, and singing is just great for your well-being. And I just love absolutely everything about this choir. I know there are other choirs, but this one I absolutely love. I absolutely love this choir.
Maggie, tell us a little bit about where you meet and how people, what happens, how often?
It's Swarthmore Centre in Leeds, and it's 7 o'clock every Wednesday for 2 hours. The first 2 weeks you get free to see if you like it or not, so it's worth a try. And well, I suppose, I don't know what else would you like to know about?
No, that's all right.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
fine.
it's just a lovely, lovely experience.
Yeah.
Pardon? Oh, no auditions. No, absolutely none.
You don't need to read music. There's no auditions. Just come along.
I can't read music. I just listen by ear. I didn't even realise I could sing. And Jenny is just an amazing MD. She brings out the best in everybody. And I'm a soprano, but you do move about, so you do get a chance to sing in others. I mean, I can sing in any group, but I absolutely prefer being a soprano. But everyone in the group, and I mean, they've actually started self-leading as well. Jamie, Rachel, and Alison, and Chris sometimes. They actually self-lead, and they, so it's amazing. I mean, they've done so well. And Jamie's daughter, she's only 9. She's one of our little members, and she is a star, an absolute star. When we're raising funds, she is absolutely brilliant.
Well done, Lizzie. Well done.
She's wonderful.
Hang on, Julie Jones. Hang on, everybody. Julie Jones has got a question. Hang on.
Julie Jo- No, I'm just wondering, when you said the 2 weeks is free, what is it after that?
Good question. Good question.
Good question. Ruth, you're the treasurer. How much is it a week?
You can either pay for a term, which you can either pay 50, 75 or 100 pounds for a 10-week term, or you can pay weekly between 5, 7.50 and 10.
Okay, so it's a staggered rate,
Yeah.
5, 7 or 10, depending on your circumstances.
And
It's a
it's a
conversation.
pay as you feel, so it's
Okay.
not tested in any way.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I know that Julie's asking that because she was inquiring about a choir and it was too steep for her, and that just sort of put her off. And finding ones that happen at times that you need. Hang on a minute, hang on, I'm coming over, it's all right.
I don't think we would ever turn anybody away because of
absolutely not, no.
finances. I mean, that's the sliding scale, but
Yeah.
honestly, if somebody couldn't afford that, then they'd still be welcome.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful to know. Thank you. That's all right. Thank you for your question, Julie Jones. So, Maggie, I'm going to ask you to tell us a little bit about the song that you're about to sing and finish off tonight's event for us. I got very excited when I heard you'd written this, and I'd known about it for well over a year and a half, and I've been waiting for the opportunity to have you here to sing it. So, would you like to tell us a little bit about what it's called and how it came about?
Yeah, I'd love to. We always go to the National Street Choir Festival, which is about 1,000 people. We were in Manchester, and we were sitting there listening to people singing songs about Manchester, suffragettes, singing songs about Sheffield, singing songs about Edinburgh, and we thought, we're the Leeds People's Choir, and we haven't got any songs about Leeds people. So, to cut a long story short, and it is a long story, we got a grant.
I'm going to give you mine.
Okay. We managed to get a grant from Wonderful Leeds Inspired, who supports small arts projects. We researched lots of things. We chose 4 women in the end, who were trailblazers, who made a lot of things happen for the rest of us. So Alice Bacon, who was the first woman MP from Leeds, who went on to be Minister of Education. There was Gertie Roach, who led the tailors out on strike for equal pay for women. There was Beryl Burton, who smashed all the men's cycling records, even though she couldn't take part in all those national competitions herself. And there was the Leeds suffragettes, who sometimes get overlooked, but they were the ones that tried to break into the crown jewels. So we commissioned Fran Wyvern to compose it for us, and it's called The Women of Leeds.
Wonderful. Well, let's. If you guys want to find your place, we'll listen now. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us this evening. Look forward to the next one.
Inspired her crusade as an educational reformer. But Baroness Bacon, courageous and smart, she took the city of Leeds with fire in her heart. Beryl Burton, born and raised in Morley, staunch lad, the fight for equal pay. In the clothing trade where men rule the day. At union meetings, she'd sit quietly knitting. But when her needle stopped, her wisdom came. They'd listen to all she say. Without a pay hike, we'll be forced to strike. So thousands marched, making a change for women today. You pushed on, you made us proud. We speak your name, but for those who had no fame, we sing. Take courage, the voiceless, and hold hands. Take courage, and hold hands. Take courage, and hold hands. Take courage, and hold hands. We were laughed out of the Commons. They treated us like fools. We attacked the Tower of London, took a crowbar to the jewels. We fought for rights for women.